Sunday, here's Channel 11's Jenna Harner.
With a win against the Cowboys on Sunday, the Steelers would have their best start in franchise history. Now, they wanted to get out to a quick start this year more than most. Cam Hayward saying the uncertainty of fans this season really added to that mentality.
Once you don't have that extra external force to really, say it's a home game, we got to regroup, you can be in a downslide. It can be harder for you to come back from. I'm glad we started fast, but, we got a lot more football to be played.
And that all starts with Dallas. The Steelers defense has one main focus, stopping number 21, running back Ezekiel Elliott.
But when you stop the run and put him in a tough situation, he's Dak, so he's still going to make the plays. But, when you have a younger quarterback in there, guys not as experienced, and you put him in those starting long downs, it's a little bit tougher.
The defense telling us there's not a ton they know about Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush, but Fitzpatrick says regardless of who gets the start for Dallas, they're both NFL quarterbacks. They're talented, and the Steelers have to keep that mindset. Jenna Harner, Channel 11 Sports.
A hotel up for sale in Lawrenceville, the history behind this Pittsburgh landmark.
Breaking news right now. Officials are giving an update on the vote count in Philadelphia. Let's listen in.
Patience as they continue to wait for our election staff to count every single vote. I want to personally thank City Commissioners Lisa Deely, Al Schmidt, and Omar Sabir, who oversaw Tuesday's election and continue to lead this impressive counting operation. I thank their hardworking staff and hope they all can get some rest soon. I also want to thank the employees of many city departments, which helped stand up and staff this operation. The Office of Innovation and Technology, the Managing Director's Office, Finance Department, our Police Department, Chief Administrative Office, and others have helped support the City Commissioners in preparing for this election for over a year. And there are hundreds of others, including many city employees, who helped on Election Day and by staffing this ballot counting operation for all the world to see. You are all too numerous to name, but please know that you have my thanks. and the thanks of the people of this city. And most of all, I thank the people of Philadelphia. Earlier this week, Commissioner Deely and I sent out an open letter to voters, urging patience and calm on Election Day and in the days that followed. You have shown it in spades. We ask that you stay calm and stay above the fray. You did exactly that. What we've seen on the streets outside this convention center was not anger or contention, but music, dancing, and celebration. As we predicted, the voters and residents of Philadelphia ensured that our city shined as an example of how to run an election correctly. So in the days ahead, please remember, this is not about a victory for a single candidate or a single political party. This is truly a victory for our democracy. That may sound cliche, but today it is oh so true. The votes will continue to be counted until every valid mail-in ballot, absentee ballot, and provisional ballot is counted. So while some, including the president, continue to spew baseless claims of fraud, claims for which his team has not produced one iota of evidence, what we have seen here in Philadelphia is democracy, pure and simple. Our founding fathers who conceived this system just a 15-minute walk down the street, I know would be proud. 233 years after the Constitutional Convention, we stand at this convention center and proclaim the system still works, the people have spoken. And God willing, we will have a peaceful transition to power in January. And I'd like to take this moment now to introduce Commissioner Lisa Deely, who's the chair of the Philadelphia City Commissions.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I want to thank all of you and the public for your continued patience. Our goal has been to produce accurate results as quickly as possible, and we've continued to work toward that end. We've counted a total of 690,360 votes. Of that, 337,609 ballots were cast by mail, and 353,021 were cast at a polling place. This is by far the largest number of mail-in ballots in the city's history. I'm very proud of the work our staff did. They've been working around the clock since Tuesday and before. Here's what you can expect in the upcoming days. At some point this afternoon, we will report another update of mail-in ballot results. I expect it to be 2,000 to 3,000. After that, the remaining ballots generally fall into one of three categories: those that require a review, provisionals, U.S. military overseas ballots. I would estimate there's approximately 40,000 remaining to be counted. We can also tell you that it may take several days to complete the reporting of that. And as you know, election results are not officially certified until 20 days after the election. Thank you again. Thank you to the citizens of Philadelphia. And now I would like to invite Commissioner Omar Sabir to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the County Board of Election staff. I would like to thank the taxpaying citizens of Philadelphia and across America. I think it's safe to say that democracy has won. Democracy is beautiful. We saw the statue of Octavius Cotto right on City Hall, where he died so that Americans can have access to the democratic process. And as we stand here today in 2020, people still have access to democracy. And it's a beautiful thing, but we still want everyone to exert patience, ignore a lot of the noise that's going on, allow us to complete the counting process. And again, I'd like to thank everyone. I would also like to thank my beautiful wife at home with my 6 children while I'm down here doing all of the counting. I'd like to say, hi, wife, I love you and thank you. And right now, I'd like to bring on our council president, Darrell Clark, who's a friend, who's a mentor, and a true leader of Philadelphia.
Thank you, Commissioner.
All right, we've been listening into this live press conference out in Philadelphia where we've been monitoring the vote count out there. They are giving us an update saying they expect another 2,000 to 3,000 ballots to be announced this afternoon. They're saying there should be, they believe, a total of 40,000 left to be done. That's just in Philadelphia County, and I believe they're also including ballots that need to be reviewed, provisional ballots, military overseas. So that's all together, because earlier we had heard 20,000, so now they're saying 40,000. And of course, we have across the rest of the state still about 100,000 in addition to that, and the 35,000 here in Allegheny County that are being reviewed today. But right now, at this point, the latest numbers are Joe Biden leading the president in Pennsylvania in the vote count, 9,853 votes.
All right, and we heard the mayor there, Jim Kenney, saying that what we're seeing there in Philadelphia and here in Allegheny County, too, is democracy in the vote counting process. We're going to continue to watch the election count as it goes on, and we will, of course, follow it all for you and bring you the latest. Digital gifts are dominating kids' wish lists this Christmas season. Rooster Money, an allowance app for kids, says smartphones, game consoles, and laptops are the big ticket items that kids are most likely to be saving for this year. The only non-digital items in this year's top 10 are classics like Legos, dolls, and bikes. Best Buy won't let you buy a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X in stores. Neither console is available to walk-in customers throughout the holiday season, but you can order online and pick it up in store or get contactless curbside delivery. The PS5 and Xbox officially go on sale next Thursday. And we've told you how retailers are expanding their sales, especially online, during the COVID-19 pandemic. And this weekend, a little retail therapy might be just what you need. Right now, hundreds of stores are making an enticing cash back offer. NBC's Dan Sheneman breaks it down for us.
The holidays are just around the corner, and a little retail therapy might be just what you need this week. Hundreds of stores have teamed up with RetailMeNot, offering up to 20% cash back for online purchases through Friday. Shoppers can watch for flash deals and get cash back on items already on sale.
Think all of your favorite stores like UGG Boots, Macy's, Expedia, Best Buy, Forever 21, Amazon, American Eagle. The list really goes on and on.
Retail marketing giant Klaviyo says savvy consumers have already started to check gifts off those wish lists.
30% of respondents have already spent money on holiday gifts so far this year, and 75% of them said that they would buy before Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
According to the National Retail Federation, several major retailers are getting a jump on the season as well, launching their holiday campaigns a few weeks early.
Take some of that pressure off those stores, reduce some of the crowds.
Shopping expert Sarah Skirball suggests using Retail Me Not's Steal Finder, which automatically applies coupons and cashback offers at checkout, and more importantly, suggests pressing pause before purchasing.
You want to make sure you're doing your research, you're price comparing to make sure you're really getting the best deal. A couple of minutes searching around could save you an extra couple bucks.
Shopping smart and saving both time and money as the holidays inch closer. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
Joe Biden takes the lead in Pennsylvania. A lot going on across the state. Jennifer Tomasic back at our breaking news desk with the latest next.
I'm Jennifer Tomasic on the breaking news desk. Before we go, I want to get you the latest on the numbers of for the presidential race here in Pennsylvania, and also some new numbers out of Allegheny County. You can see right now Joe Biden has 50% of the vote in Pennsylvania to President Trump's 49% of the vote, and how that divvies out as far as votes and numbers goes, 9,853 votes. That is what Biden is up right now over President Trump. Also want to let you know, just got some new numbers in out of Allegheny County. Here are the latest here. They say 6 477,172 votes were cast in Allegheny County. Yesterday, they got 358 mail-in ballots that they can process. You can see the provisional and military overseas numbers on there. We'll get you any more breaking news throughout the day on Channel 11.
All right, thanks so much, Jennifer. A major moment in history. We do expect a lot more to unfold on the election this afternoon. You can look for all the big developments tonight at 5.
And you can also get breaking election updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.